Assalamu alaikum, welcome to IGCSE March 24, paper 2, variant 2, biology. For every question, inshallah, we cancel out wrong options and see why as much as we can wrong options are wrong. Technique number 2 is trial and error, and technique number 3 is eye-catching point. Let's see. Question 1 usually for biology would be mesogran, movement, respiration, reproduction, and such. Which characteristic of living organism is represented by gas exchange? Gas exchange is kind of excretion. Why? Because we release excess material of metabolic reaction or excess material of use or even toxic material such as carbon dioxide. So take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide instead is form of excretion. Why not growth? Because growth is permanent increase in size. Why not nutrition? Nutrition take in nutrients. Why not reproduction? Reproduction is to make more of the same type. So all of them are wrong except for excretion. Question number 2 about binomial system. For binomial system we have two sections, genus and species. So first section is genus and second section is species. Same for all, genus, species, genus, species, genus, species. As you can see, the genus name is same for all of them. So Homo, 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 Homo. So they are all same species, error. They are all same species, error. They are all same genus. Let me think about it. They are neither same genus nor species, which is completely wrong. So option C is correct. So this technique is trial and error. You try every option till you reach to the correct one. Could be A, could be B, could be C, could be D. So you have to try all of them. So here the final answer is they have same genus but they have different species. Question number 3. What is characteristic of both insect and arachnids? Again, trial error. 8 legs, only arachnid. Exoskeleton, both of them. Don't forget, for all arthropods, we have 3 features which are common: exoskeleton, segmented body, and jointed legs. Only 3 pairs of legs, insect. Wings, some insects. So common feature between both of them is B. So A is wrong, only arachnid. C is wrong, only insect. D is wrong, only some insects. Question number 4. An animal can swim, has a backbone, and produces milk. Milk production على طول eye catching point mammal. Eye catching point mammal. Because amphibians cannot produce milk, fish cannot produce milk. Don't forget that whale or dolphins are not fish, they are mammals. Don't forget. Reptiles cannot produce milk as well. So option C is okay. In which cell structure does aerobic respiration occur? Don't forget, in sciences, aerobic means air or O2. So aerobic respiration releasing energy from nutrients using oxygen, or to release energy from glucose using oxygen, up to you. Any definition. So it does occur in the mitochondria. So fact in mitochondria. What about nucleus? Nucleus to store genetic material. What about ribosome? Protein synthesis. What about vacuole? To store water, mineral ions, pigments, and such. So this is out, not aerobic respiration side. This is out, not aerobic respiration. This is also out, not aerobic respiration. So question 5, option A is correct. Whenever you see question about magnification على طول write I am and keep it as it is. Don't change. Okay? We'll change later inshallah. Now he's asking for rearrangement. We need A. So rearrange. A to be I over M. So actual size is equal to image over magnification. So image size over magnification. So magnification over image, wrong. Image multiplied by magnification, wrong. Image minus magnification, also wrong. So option B is correct. Question 7. What is a reason why oxygen diffuses into blood from the alveolus, from an alveolus in the lungs? Let me draw the alveolus on alveolus and nearby capillary and inside red blood cell. Question is saying clearly suggest why oxygen move in this direction from the alveolus to the red blood cell. The main point for any gas movement is due to diffusion from higher concentration to lower concentration. So the main reason of this is we do have here high concentration or higher oxygen concentration, and here we have lower oxygen concentration. That's why oxygen can diffuse in. So let me take trial error. The oxygen concentration in the alveolus is greater than carbon dioxide. We never compare two different gases, we have to compare same gas. Oxygen concentration in the alveolus is greater than oxygen in the blood. Let me think about it. By the way, blood here means يعني red blood cell. The oxygen concentration is greater than oxygen concentration in the alveolus, which is wrong. Why? Because when you reach to the alveolus or lung, you are coming from the pulmonary artery, which is deoxygenated. Okay, and don't forget, air in percentage of oxygen is 20 or 21. Air out, this one, oxygen is only 16%. Okay, so concentration here is higher than concentration in the blood. So C also is wrong. The oxygen concentration in the blood is greater than carbon dioxide. Wrong, because we said we cannot compare two different gases. لازم compare same gas. So option B is okay. Question 8. Cell X has higher water potential. Cell Y has lower water potential. So I give some descriptions or more details about the potential or the prediction of the water potential in each cell. Don't forget, in March 25 paper 2 variant 2, winter 2024 paper 2 variant 2, we received same idea, values of water potential. If the value of water potential is less negative, that means higher water potential. If the value is more negative, that means less water potential. So less negative water potential equals to higher water potential. More negative water potential equals to lesser water potential or lower water potential. يعني هنا there is more water, and here on this side less water. So don't forget, for osmosis we need net movement. Huh? Equal movement is rejected here because they are unequal in their potential. No movement, this is wrong because we do have net movement, and water moves every now and then. The point is we do need net movement from the less negative to the more negative, or from the higher water potential to the lower water potential, or from X to Y. So I need movement from X to Y. So option B is correct. Question 9. I just answered to show you technique number 1, which is cancellation of wrong options. Let's do again cancellation of wrong options. As you saw, I cancelled out wrong options and I ended up with the correct option. How? Active transport, movement from a lower to a higher concentration. This is a fact. So I selected C and D, cancelled out A and B. Requires energy from respiration. This is a fact. So I selected C and D and cancelled out A and B. Requires a protein carrier. This is a fact. So I selected B and D and cancelled out A and C. So by the end, we ended up with either from this side B or D, from this side C, D, from this side C, D. So option D is correct. So technique number 1 of cancellation of wrong options. So again, wrong options, wrong options, wrong options. So matching is D. So by the end, make sure that you have the correct option or your answer was correct. Moves of a substance from lower to higher concentration, agree. Requires energy from respiration, agree. Requires protein carrier, also agree. So all of them. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, all of them have CHO, CHO, CHO. The only difference is protein has nitrogen. So question is asking for carbohydrates. C, so cancel out. I need this. H, nitrogen, no. Oxygen, yes. So I need matching of C. Why? Because I need carbon, I need hydrogen, I need also oxygen, لكن no nitrogen. Huh? So option C is okay. Question 11, trial error. Why? Because you do have to go for every option and cancel out. Larger molecule as cellulose, smaller molecule is a glucose. Let me think about it. Fat, glycogen, wrong. Fat, monomer or basic units are fatty acids and glycerol. So here fatty acids. Glycogen, fatty acid. This is wrong. Why? Because glycogen monomer or basic unit is glucose. Starch, amino acid for protein. Starch is also glucose, which is wrong. So option E. Question 12. Whenever you have a graph regarding pH or temperature على طول DOD dot DOD technique of DOD D active, optimum, D nature. So which one to be checked? I need to check 1 and 2 DD. At temperature 1 the active site fits into the substrate, the other way around the substrate fits into the active site. Like, and let me go for the other part of the option. The substrate changed shape at D. So this is D1, D2. D2 is wrong and D1 also English is not okay. And I have to go for the other way around. The substrate fits into the active site. So I cancel out A. The enzyme and substrate have the same shape. We never use the word same. We use complementary and even more complementary for the active site, not for the enzyme. So from point B, this is out. The enzyme is denatured. First D is deactive. So D. Confirm. The substrate fits into the active site. This English is okay. The active site changed shape so that the substrate cannot fit into it. صح. This English is okay. Don't forget we have key lock theory. The key is the substrate and the lock is active site. Huh? That's why the substrate fits into the active site, not the other way around. Thank you. Question 13. Limiting factor. Factor in short supply that limits life reactions. Before plateau. يعني area A of the graph and area B. You have to divide your graph into two sections. Before plateau, this area A. Okay, here before reaching plateau for all of them, and area B after reaching plateau for all of them. Before reaching plateau at any point, يعني at any point of the three graphs, يعني point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, point 5, point 6, all of them, the limiting factor is x-axis. Regardless, for any graph, for the low light intensity, for the medium, for the high, before reaching plateau, يعني section A, let me write it clearly, before plateau, the limiting factor is x-axis. So your temperature طب what about after plateau or on plateau? If you reach plateau, the limiting factor is something else, or is no longer x-axis, or x-axis is no longer the limiting factor. And here at area B, what could be a limiting factor for this one? Could be carbon dioxide concentration, might be. Could be light intensity, maybe. Could be water as well, might be. Okay? Graph here says that we have higher light intensity, so graph went up. So at area X, the light intensity is the limiting factor. Let me make it more critical. If I add point Y here, what is, pause the video and tell me what is limiting factor at area Y. Again, let me apply the rule. We are at a plateau, so temperature is out, because temperature was limiting factor only before plateau. So temperature is no limiting factor. At area Y, since we increased light intensity and we have higher graph, that means light intensity was a limiting factor here. So at area or at point Y or question point X, in both of them, the light intensity is the limiting factor. Okay? So I need C, D from light intensity. I need A and C from temperature. So option C by H. Question number 14. Fact. Which ions are used to make amino acid? I need nitrates. Why? Because magnesium to make chlorophyll, nitrates to make amino acids, phosphates to make DNA and RNA, and potassium we don't teach in details in IGCSE, only in A2 inshallah, to help plant cells, especially the guard cells, to be turgid. So to make guard cells turgid. Which point in the syllabus, mister? We don't teach in IGCSE in details, I said. Same for phosphates, we don't teach in details. If you check chapter 6, you have only magnesium and nitrate. So B. Cuticle. B is palisade musical. D is lower epidermis. C is spongy. By the way, spongy is equal to irregular, Latin English. Palisade, Latin English, yani column. And epi means above and dermis means skin. What about A? A is a cuticle. Waxy layer. Cuticle is a waxy layer. So it's asking for cuticle. Technique number 4 for bio only. For bio only, whenever you have a drawing, a plant, animal, organ system, label first. Okay, label first. If you label first, 90% of the option will be selected easily, inshallah. So option A. Poor nutrition can lead to a condition called rickets, in which bone fail to develop properly. أول ما تشوف bone على طول bone calcium D. عرفت ازاي يا مستر؟ B C D. Okay, bone, calcium, vitamin D. Okay, so which food would help this child to recover or to have lower symptoms of rickets or have good bone structure and shape and health? So I do need calcium, أكيد. Iron no. Vitamin C cannot help here in this condition. Vitamin D is a must. So I selected, I don't need vitamin C by the way. This one is correct, huh? Okay, this is my option. I don't need iron as well, because iron will help in prevention of anemia. Vitamin C to prevent or to reduce symptoms of scurvy, صح, or gum bleeding. So B. Which food group is chemically digested in mouth? Chemically digested in mouth يعني starch, يعني carbohydrates, eye spotting point, eye catching point على طول. Mineral salts no digestion. Protein starts stomach لكن مش mouth. Vitamins, no digestion, huh? So option A is correct. أصلا without continuation. لكن make sure, huh? Make sure. I'm kidding. Yeah, question 18. Which row about bile is correct? Organ where bile is produced, gallbladder. Wrong. Liver. Liver has 5 functions in our syllabus, later on in more details inshallah in description videos. Effect of bile on fat droplet surface area, it increases surface area. Process involved by bile, chemical digestion? No chemical, because bile is not an enzyme or does not have an enzyme. So physical type of digestion, so option D. Small intestine has villi or villus. 4 statements about villi or villus are given. These are features or facts. Which statement about villi will help absorption of glucose? Your trial error. Each villus contains a network of capillaries. It does help. Each villus contains a lacteal. It can't help. Why? Because glucose will be absorbed via blood circulation, not lacteal. طب فين lacteal or why lacteal? Lacteal for fatty acids. So eye catching point is 2. ليه؟ 2 is wrong. Okay, 2 is wrong and 1 is okay. 3 is also okay. So let me check 4. Villi increases internal surface area for small intestine. It also helps. Okay, so I need 1 without 2. Huh? I need 1 without 2. So I need 1, 3, and 4. Okay, I need 1, 3, and 4. So again, 1 each villus contains network of capillaries, except, so 1 is correct. So D is out. Each villus contains a lacteal, it doesn't help. So A is out. The surface area of epithelial cell is covered with microvilli, it also helps. So 3 is correct. And we just said that 4 is also okay. So option B is correct. Last question for first part. Which statements about xylem vessel are correct? The xylem vessels have cells with cross walls. Wrong. They don't have any cross sections. So 1 is out. Xylem vessels have thick wall with lignin. 2 is must. So C. Confirm. Xylem vessels transport water mineral ions. مظبوط. So see you later inshallah in section 2. Bye. Assalamu alaikum.